let's start with the first one, okay? Cheadle, Philip Cheadle. What do you
did you say Cheadle or is it Philip Heedle?
Philip Heedle?
Okay.
Okay. About our new players, I guess let's look at all the new guys that we have here and see what they have to bring to the table. With saying today the game that they showed something, okay? So let's start with the first one, okay? Cheadle, Philip Cheadle.
Did you say Cheadle or is it Philip Heedle?
Philip Heedle.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think that this guy's a bit of an unknown. So I'm not saying he's JT Miller, so I don't want anyone to think that, but he is like JT Miller in the sense that they've always played him as a third line center, but he's capable of more. I think last season he got 22 goals and 40 something points, 45, 46 points, something like that. And is a very fast skater, can hit, can move around, has a lot of skill. Concussion issues have been, I think that's constant, but the Canucks have done their homework and think that the concussion injuries or the worries aren't as bad as everybody else makes it out to be. I think that unless he shows anything super crazy, I think he's a number 2 or number 3 centerman
At best.
At best, that's what I think right now. He's easily a solid third.
Okay, so hopefully the scouting knows something that this guy has potential.
Yeah,
right?
I think this guy can be a 60-point guy. I can totally see that he could be.
Okay.
He could be that, right?
Okay.
It's just a matter of like the minutes and if he gets the power play time. I mean, right now it doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
But I watched this game today. I watched 2 out of the 3 periods, and he scored that tying goal. And there was a lot of times where he just went into the offensive zone, carried the puck in effortlessly, and he was skating around people like they were pylons and making plays. So
Okay.
I like that.
So he scored tonight.
He did.
At least he scored tonight.
He scored tonight, and he looked dangerous.
Okay. Fair. So Marcus Pettersson, the premier D-man that we have been chasing after, and I've heard rumors that we've been going after him, and it took a trading JT Miller to bring this guy here.
Yeah, nothing against the player Marcus Pettersson. I just don't like that we used that first to get him. I feel like Marcus Pettersson is a good player, but I think that's a piece that you add when you're going, for the cup. I think he's that type of player you go for as like, hey, I need a solid number 4, the fourth D-man. I think that is him. I was hoping that if we were going to trade a first, that it would be a defenseman along the level of Filip Hronek, someone that can carry the pair, not complement a pair. So that's why I have a knock against Pettersson. But if we do another trade somehow and we get a defenseman better than him and Marcus Pettersson is our 4th, I could live with that. But right now, if this is the only trade we make for defensemen for the rest of the year, that leaves me a little disappointed, I must admit.
Well, especially knowing who we got rid of to get him.
Exactly. That's what hurts more, right? Because you literally made that swap. You hope Heedle is good, and then you have now we flipped the first for Marcus Pettersson, right? Leaving the other guy we picked up, Victor Mancini. Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of him, by the way.
Yeah, apparently the Rangers really didn't want to give this guy up. Late bloomer, really tall, big guy, and can skate very well. I would have loved to see him over Juleson. I'm sorry, I'm sick of this guy. I would much rather seen him, but he actually made the team this year out of camp, New York's team. 1 goal, 4 assists. He's got a booming slap shot. There's a lot to work with there, and New York's pretty excited. I think when I looked up his stats and profile and everything, he's a better Mark Friedman. And I don't know if that's supposed to sound like a diss because Mark Friedman can't even make his way into the lineup. But I'm just saying right now, at the very least, where he is at this moment, he's better than that. So and he plays more games and gets moved along by Foot and Gonchar and does and listens to them. Maybe he can bring his game to new heights.
Oh, we hope so. We gave away your boy for him too, basically.
Man, why you gotta trade Brandstrom like that, man?
Okay, the last guy, Drew O'Connor. Who O'Connor?
Drew O'Connor. So
Okay, so enlighten me.
When we got this guy, I said he's a sneaky good pickup. 16 goals last season, 33 points. I think he was playing mainly third line in Pittsburgh. But the thing with him is he's fast. He can score. People are saying maybe he can make him into another Dakota Joshua.
So he's also big.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big, fast, strong. I apparently. So this is the theme that I've been getting from this management group. Everybody's got a little bit of skill, but everyone they're acquiring from this point on seems to be able to skate well, and they're big, right? I think what they messed up with Desharnais and maybe Forbort to an extent is that they're big, but they're not fast, right? They're tall and big, but they're not fast. But they're getting all these guys right now that are big, fast, and can skate. And I think this is a better direction. I really like this.
Okay. Well, it seems like there's a theme with this new regime. Is they like their size. They want their guys to be physical, like Rick Tocchet style.
Yeah.
So I guess they're putting together the vision. But if you wanted grit and toughness, you trade away GT Miller. Oh, okay. I'm gonna say okay. So we've gone through all our new additions. Okay, Whit. Mm-hmm. It sounds like what you're telling me. They're not bad. I mean, to be fair, when I heard that we got Marcus Pettersson, I was like, okay, fine. That makes this JT Miller trade a little bit okay, but
I like the second trade more than the first trade for sure.
Absolutely, of course,
for sure, because you're literally trading away 80 to 100 point guy for nothing, and those guys aren't just something that you can get easily.
Yeah.
Right. And this is one of those trades where you have to look at it like this, much like the original JT Miller trade. I don't know if you remember the backlash we got when we weren't even contending and we acquired JT Miller.
But we gave up like a first,
we
right?
gave up a first for a conditional first. And we're like, what the heck? JT Miller was only a 40-point guy in Tampa that year. And everyone was like, he's not worth a first. I remember all that, right? And then I remember telling people, I said, yes, on paper, we have lost the trade. But it could turn into a win if JT Miller explodes. And what does he do that first season? Point per game, right? Yep. He did explode, right? Yep. He just needed to be given an opportunity. So this type of trade is similar. If Chytil can show that he's a 60-point guy and not a 40-point guy, this looks much better, right? If we can re-sign Marcus Pettersson, this looks much better. Victor Mancini is 22 years old, but if he can play good, shut down the offensive hockey, they say he's a fringe four. It's a perfect number 5. I like that. That's pretty cool, right? And Drew O'Connor is a big, fast guy that can sneakily score goals. And if you think you can make him to the next Dakota Joshua, that's awesome too. So there's little things that show that it could be good. And plus, we have all that cap space, by the way.
And we didn't retain any of Miller's salary, so there's some positive things that for sure.
Right, right, and we got rid of Heinen and Desharnais.
Yes. Yes, that's what I was most excited about.
Right, like that. Like when I saw Desharnais' name on there, I'm like, holy, perfect.
Thank God.
And then when I saw that Heinen was in there, I was like, holy, these guys are working magic. Right, I'm like, this is great. This is on one hand, like. I'm happy that this management group can admit their mistakes and they will trade away those guys, right? But however, if you really think about it, we needed a first-round pick to get rid of those mistakes. So you have to think about that, right? Like last year, or was it 2 years ago, they had Curtis Lazar. They signed him for 3 years. They realized that he wouldn't fit on the team, and they got rid of him before the trade deadline, right? That's okay. You got something back for him. But to pay a first for your mistakes, I mean, kudos to fixing your mistake and admitting your mistake. Not many management groups do, let alone this fast. But to get off it with the first, that's...
What's up, Canuck fan? If you like that uncensored clip and you want to see more, click here. Or if you want to watch the entire Canucks Uncensored podcast, click here. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah!